WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet,
and real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
What we got coming up? Other shops is upstairs, but we down here by also, man.
This guy, he can walk off the set.
We leave that up to Vito.
They gon' wonder how we still here, still on top. We used to build here, top 5, punching the clock. Running the field here, it feels weird coming around. After they hated, but now we run the town till we stuck in a wheelchair. We all share visions of hope and tell stories with dreams. We get the mixing like we giving you dope. And now we in position weekly, all access, extremities, ENT playing on our axis. Politics, top 40, building community from the X, applying that pressure, promoting unity. Royalty, education, love and support, dope music, enough to feed souls, food for thought. This type of loyalty cannot be bought from a city where being real just cannot be taught. Listen in and you just might learn with Mr. You Already Know. Welcome to the return.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another week of the X-Tremitiez ENT podcast with your co-host, DAVON Franklin.
Jose Rivera.
Only on our Access Radio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are live worldwide each and every Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 7:55. We give you the best in news, politics, criminal justice, weather, sports. We even give you a segment of Health is Wealth with Jamie. And of course, we got DAVON Franklin's Pick of the Week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have artists that call in, and we also promote businesses live worldwide. We are on 365 Live. That's right, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. That's right, Roku TV, Fire Stick, Apple TV. Anything that you have the capability, any app, any type of social media, any type of communication on a television, we are on it live worldwide. There is no excuse. Shout out to all our veterans and our troops that are overseas right now protecting our freedoms. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, that checks in from around the world, whether on the Instagram or on ouraccessradio.com. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I got to shout out my Puerto Rican Flags Up family. Got to shout out my people, Usman, all the way from Gambia. Got to shout out the official Montezuma from Chicago. Got to shout out each and every person that you know how we do that shows love and support. How are you, DAVON?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. Yourself?
Good. Just going to go right into the news right quick, and then we're going to go right into our good friends segment, and they're going to keep it rolling, and then keep the conversation flowing. All right?
Let's go.
All right. First, we're going to start off with Mr. George DeSantos. That's right. We spoke about him last week, and the way that, he's lied his way up, and they called him the modern-day Leonardo DiCaprio, Catch Me If You Can. There's pressure for him to resign due to his campaign funds. Now, he cannot declare where he got the money that he put in and the money he extracted. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You know that it is crazy that this type of individual is able to be in Congress and to get away with stuff like this.
Good evening, Kalisa. Hey, right now, unless he resigns, truthfully, they're stuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Unless they find something within, like you said, within the campaign funds or within the rules that can actually put him out. You know, he was voted in by the people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether or not he fabricated and basically lied on his whole damn resume, he was voted in by the people. So more than likely gonna probably have to wait until the next election season to get him up out of there, unless he decides to resign earlier or they find a way to get him up out of there sooner. But right now, it seems like he's stuck with him.
That's right. Shout out to Calais all the way from Canada. And next, we'll go on to President Biden. He continues to get investigated by the feds on having documents inside of his garage. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you know, former President Trump got in trouble for having documents in his home in Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Why is it that Joe Biden, who is the current president, can have documents in his home? Doesn't go. So, you know, no matter what side of the aisle you're on and the highest seat in the country is being held by you, you should have a little more sense. I don't care how much power you think you got. You gotta have more sense than take stuff home. That's why they tell you leave your job at the job. Shout out to Gatekeeper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, yeah, you hit it on the head. It's basically a tick for tack, tactic. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all decided to push that line when you went after Trump for it. So, it's open season. Might anybody else with the same thing. So, all right.
So speaking about Biden, he actually met with the House Speaker McCarthy today, and they're regarding the debt ceiling, which continue to be at odds. The Republicans and Democrats, along with a few liberals, are in tit for tat right now when it comes to the debt ceiling. Although, the Federal Reserve did raise the interest rate again today by 0.25%. So they did say that the estimated debt it did not get reached, so we're okay because they raised it to like 1.5%, but 0.25% is a lot better than.
From what I'm hearing, they're talking about working and dealing with inflation by raising hikes and stuff like that. So yeah, he's the double-edged sword. Double-edged sword.
Yes, sir. Then we move on to New York politics, where compost collection program is starting to expand to all 5 boroughs. That's right, you heard correctly. Mayor Adams is having a campaign to deal with compost by placing bins on sidewalks. That's right, the landfills are overcrowded. Beginning on March 2023 through March 2024, all boroughs will have smart compost bins. Mayor Adams says people may not know it, but he hates rats.
I could dig it. I could dig it. Definitely necessary. I could dig
it. And to paraphrase, he said, people may not know it, but I hate rats.
Gotcha.
And over on 42nd Street in Times Square, the Love and Design winner was unveiled in Times Square. That's right, there are hedges with roses right in the heart of Times Square, where they have the steps. They put a bunch of roses and they're like carved out, and it looks pretty nice. It's a nice exhibit. So, whoever did that exhibit actually won for Love and Design because they feel that love is universal and designing is what brings the light to the eye, I guess. and they the hedges there. The mortgage demand was down 41% on the year to year. They're saying that, they're hoping with the spring break when it comes, people are going to be house hunting and speaking about, issues that have to deal with purchasing a home. A lot of people want to move out the city and they want to invest smartly. It's something to have a conversation about, because there's a tax thing starting next year that the former president put in play, and it's only for the 1%, and it's not going to take effect this year, but next year, moving forward, it's going to be a lot of the middle class and working class. So pay attention, continue to strive, don't give up, stay strong, and keep your mental health up to par. To speak more about that, I'd like to bring in our good friend for Health is Wealth, and I believe that he has a segment this week on touch a little bit on that. On his segment each and every week, Jamie Sanders, right, ladies and gentlemen, is here.
Good evening, family. Good evening, family. How y'all doing today?
How you?
Yeah, we doing fantastic. You know what I mean? We holding the line and we pushing the margin. So that's what we're doing. And we're doing it together.
Yes, sir.
Like Jose just mentioned, with all these things considered, it causes a lot of stress and anxiety, amongst the community, and then also for us as individuals. I wanted to speak specifically about mental health, just kind of touch on it really lightly, and then also provide some recommendations for things that you can do in your daily habits, things that you can add into your diet to improve your mental health. So let's just dive in. We're on the timeline, so we want to make sure we get it in, drop these weekly jewels to our family. So first of all, let me just open up by saying, a lot of people don't identify with mental health because they think that it has to be something extreme, and they think that it has to be very pronounced. A lot of people look at PTSD and things like that, and they look at that as the only one of the only or key places where mental health exists or resides. But we know that we all experience different types of stresses and traumas, and collectively, these things bring upon depression and anxieties that can, of course, affect our mental health and our overall flora within our bodies, within our temple. And it can make the daily habits, just going through your daily routines, very challenging. Just going on to the job, performing certain tasks, whether it be sports or whether it be physical, mental. It impacts you in so many different ways, and most people are just not in tune with it because we live a lifestyle, a culture that we used to carrying so much, and that load is deemed as the norm. But we just want to highlight some of the elements of mental health, depression, and these things, and how they can pile up on you without you even being aware. And some of the symptoms may be, low, affect your mood, like loss of interest, like you like things that you would normally be engaged in. You may say, well, I feel disconnected. I can't focus. Sometimes it affects your diet. It affects your relationship. So it just affects so many elements of our life. We lose energy. We develop headaches. All of these different things, are contributors, to our mental health, and a lot of times that, in some cases, lead to depressions. And they have a lot of studies, of course, and they talk about how many people are like really affected by mental health. And there's on one study, it was saying that in New York, 25% of the residents are affected by behavioral challenges or behavioral conditions. And then, of course, when you look at depression, which is, a part of mental health. People don't look at depression as mental health because sometimes they don't look at it as extreme enough. They don't see you out in the street doing crazy things, so they're like, you're fine. But when you look at those numbers can go upwards to like 65%. And then there's different, assessments and surveys all over the place that are really gonna give you, different variations in those numbers. But the reality of it, we know that the numbers are high. It affects us, inner city dwellers or, metropolitan, people that live in metropolitan areas very heavily because, again, the quality of life, there's so many outside factors that, sometime, like, for instance, I'm just going to make a quick comparison. I go into upstate New York and the environment is totally different. And of course, it allows you to, really relax. It allows you to process. It allows you to think. It allows you to kind of disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the everyday. But when you live in a city area or metropolitan area, a lot of times it's just so many things compiled on top of other things, and we don't get a chance to relax. We don't rest well, so we develop this anxiety. And we build up this, this pressure, and then sometimes it converts into depressions and other mental health disorders.
Not to interrupt that, but it also sparks violent outbreaks as well.
Yes, absolutely, and a lot of times, like Devon was expressing, is that a lot of times relationships are impacted because it affects your mood. So it's very important to really be in tune with ourselves and do little things, tweak ourselves so that way we can balance out as best possible. Again, we always look at the diet. This is people don't realize how important the diet is. Sugars, processed foods, and other things that are not natural, can lead to inflammation throughout the body, and also the brain, which contribute to, different types of disorders like anxiety and depression. So it's very important to really pay attention to your diet. Make sure we always gonna go into these stressful environments. We got to go to work. We got to go here. We got to go there. We got to deal with family sometimes. And, these things. Sure.
You have a comment. I'm feeling that now. And for the past week, it's been brewing. It's exhausting. That's Kalesa from Canada. She says, I'm feeling that right now. And for the past week, it's been brewing. It's exhausting. Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what, and like I said, we all carry different things, and sometimes it's tasks, sometimes it's engagements, sometimes it's forward things, and sometimes it's things that have happened in the past. But and this is why it's important for us to communicate, to offload a lot of this stuff, and we have to be present with each other so that way we can help each other kind of carry the load, if we will. But yes, I can definitely connect with what Kalesa is saying, but we have to, really pay attention. We have to take time for ourselves to purge and go through this process and disconnect a lot of the things that are being dumped on us every day. And sometimes it's the things that are closest to us, like I said, a lot of people are in jobs that they really don't want to do. They don't have a passion for, but we all have to survive. That causes anxiety. A lot of people are in relationships that they're not happy with, but they made this bad decision that, they can't tell their partner because that's going to cause conflict. So they live in this constant this environment where it's constant pressure to fulfill this commitment, and you're not even in it. Your head is not in it. Your heart is not in it. So that causes anxiety. You're not living, you're not being true to yourself. You're not living the life that you really want to live. So these things, all these different factors cause different types of anxieties in our lives. So we have to really be in tune with, how, factors as far as situations, people impact our lives, and then also our diet, which is also part of our cultural environment, because these are our habits, things that we normally engage in. And like I expressed earlier, we want to also make sure that we stand away from the bad stuff like processed foods and sugars, which, really, like I said, back our system up. They really go our system into a spiral, and it causes inflammation throughout the body. And, our gut and our brain have a direct connection via the vagus nerve. So, and the gut tells your brain all right, I'm feeling good, so it gives it good thoughts and you have a good process. But at the same token, when you having mental health issues or challenges, depression, anxiety, it affects your gut, and in ways like you can't eat or you eat too much. So there's a direct connection. This is why our diets are so important. In spite of what our environment may expose us to, we have to make sure we are vigilant with our diet, because that's going to help us get through whatever we have to get through, no matter how stressing it, no matter how stressing it can be. So we want to definitely pay attention, to, our diets, and just looking at, different things that we can do. Of course, we want to make sure that, we have certain things in our diets like omega-3 fatty acids. There's a lineage of vitamins and minerals, and I'll mention just a few, like vitamin A, vitamin B6, B12, vitamin C, iron, folate, magnesium, potassium, selenium, thiamine, zinc. Now, these are a combination of vitamins and minerals to bring about a holistic balance within our bodies. And of course, like always, we want to get these source nutrients and minerals from natural sources, as opposed to taking a bunch of vitamins and going to the doctor, taking injections, because they, give you B12. They got all types of things out there to kind of supplement the natural process. So, we want to make sure that we're, including these vitamins and minerals into our normal routine through our diet, and there's certain herbs that you would be good to add into your diet as well, because again, along with a healthy diet, when it relates to your foods that you eat every day, there's specialized herbs that can also fortify that, and add give your body additional fortitude to help you ward off anxiety and stress, and just being mindful of time. I'm just going to go into these herbs, and each one of these herbs, whether it's taken individually or taken in combination with each other, will be very, 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 very helpful when it relates to your mental health and stability, and just really bring you into a more centered space. And one of the herbs is St. John's wort. And what I'll do is, after we run through these lists, I'll put all of these lists inside the chat box, so that way the team can make it available to the listeners. So St. John's wort is, a lot of people are not aware that St. John's wort is one of the main things that is used for mental health challenges in Germany. So as opposed to a lot of pharmaceutical supplements and pharmaceutical remedies, they turn to things like St. John's wort to bring about mental balance and help with a lot of other ailments that we may experience throughout the body. Another one is saffron. Saffron is also good to bring mental balance, but in addition to mental balance, it's also an aphrodisiac. So it's a stimulant, and it helps in other ways. And just speaking on that, for males, a lot of males suffer from erectile dysfunction, and a lot of time, and people don't realize, things like that bring about depression. As a male, you just know how serious that is. It kind of throws you into a space. Yeah. It's a problem, like
for sure. It is. And women experience they experience sexual dysfunction as well. It just looks different. It feels different. But let's move on to the list. We mentioned St. John's wort. We mentioned saffron, and I want to add rhodiola in there. And rhodiola is really good because it helps you with fatigue. It helps improve your memory. It also helps increase your attention span. So, like I expressed in the beginning, whether they take it in combination or they take it individually, they all will contribute to your overall mental health.
Now we're going to move on to the next one, ashwagandha. And ashwagandha is natural herb to India, and it's considered the Indian ginseng. And again, this also can help with your sexual health, whether it be men or women, which is very important. Is a very important factor in our life. So we have St. John's wort, we have saffron, we have Verdelia, we have ashwagandha, and now we have ginkgo biloba. In ginkgo, I know you've seen it in a lot of products, natural products. You see it on the shelf when you go to the herb store, the vitamin store, and it brings about balance when the body is interrupted by internal when the body is disrupted by internal or external factors. So basically, it's a balancer, it's a buffer. So you want to, keep things like ginkgo in your diet because it helps you maintain a certain balance. And like, again, all of these things are very beneficial for mental health, but they also have other health benefits. So it's definitely advisable to just experiment with each one, to, really do a little research on each one, so that way you can gain a better understanding of how it can benefit your life. And as always, when we're looking at different herbs, especially the herbs, because some of them can be strong. So, and a lot of people on medication. So we always want to consult our physicians, our doctors, to make sure that there's not going to be any conflicts. So, I just wanted to really throw that in there, so that way, we want to do things responsibly, and we want to take our time, and we want to go through this process. So, there's no one shot remedy for everything. And as we expressed in previous conversations, all of us are slightly different. Our metabolism, blood types, all these different factors contribute to how our body is going to receive different nutrients, how it's going to receive different herbs that, could, potentially be helpful to us. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to maca root, which is another natural herb substance that boosts brain function. So that's maca root. And then I just want to add, also rosemary. And rosemary is a common herb, common seasoning that most of us have in our medicine cabinet. A lot of these other herbs that I mentioned, you would have to specifically order or go out to a natural herbal shop or a vitamin shop to. Sure.
With the maca root, are you talking about the maca root in the powder form, or is there another form of the maca root?
Well, generally you'll get it in a powder form. Okay. It's possible to get it in a root form. The best sourcing, or the best place to get that would be online, because you can get different companies that actually cultivate the root that will ship it to you, and then you get a fresher product as well. So that would be, but just for conveniency and and accessibility, the powder, you would be just, you want to go to a reputable distributor, a retailer or wholesaler that you want to check their reviews and kind of check their sourcing as far as where they're getting their root from, to make sure that there's not mixing it with other byproducts. But just to answer your question and be clear about it, you can, most accessible form is the powder. That's the form that I take. That's the form that most people take. That's the form that was introduced to me initially. But I have seen
that's the form that I've taken as well. So I didn't know if there was another form of it that you could take, because I'm only familiar with the powder form myself. So yeah.
Just like with anything, any other herb, they have extracts as well. Extract is another good form, that you would possibly want to get it in. And that's why you're so smart, Devon. I was wondering, I was like, what's giving him this edge? You know what I'm saying? You on that maca root. I got you.
Right.
But like I said, rosemary, just like I said, just want to, throw last but not least that rosemary in there, because like I said, this is something common. And not only is rosemary helpful for depression, but it's also helpful for respiratory issues and hair growth. So these are things, again, as a male or female, hair, your hair sometimes is your self-esteem, or that's your, people, your hair, it's kind of like, what makes us part of who we are, so, when you start, going bald and things like that, all these things can affect our mental health, bring about depression, bring about certain anxieties, affect our, our overall view of life and how we interact socially with people. So we definitely want to stay in tune with ourselves, when it relates to our surroundings, the things that we ingest, the things we put in our diet, make sure that we include little boosts like these, the list of herbs that we shared. So that way, in addition to, things like meditation and just trying to keep yourself centered and really controlling your environment, you want to control your internal environment as much as possible. And remember that gut-brain connection via the vagus nerve. So they're constantly in communication. So you want to, feed it from the top and you want to feed it from the bottom. It's very important to, approach any type of health holistically and look at, environments as well as diet. So, I'll leave the floor open for any questions that we may have, or just a general discussion. Don't want to take up all the time just rambling on. I just wanted to make sure I gave, you guys this list so that way you have a starting point and you could do your own due diligence, on your downtime, look at each individual element that was shared. So this way you can backtrack, take your time and, kind of experiment with each one. I would recommend that you experiment with them individually first, just to get a feel if your body responds, and then, play with the combinations. So this way you can see how you can get the maximum impact when it relates to your well-being and mental health.
That's right, ladies. You could check in with Jamie in the chat. That's right. Go to the chat right now and check in every week from 6:15 to 6:35 with Jamie's Health is Wealth. That's right. You could catch him giving you all the jewels on what it is to live a good, safe, holistic lifestyle. That's right. Davon Franklin is here and he vouches for living a good, healthy lifestyle as he is a part of X-Tremitiez ENT, and Jamie is here to educate the world, and Al provides the platform. We're going to take a short commercial break and come back with some more stuff and giving you the weather and Davon's pick of the week, only on X-Tremitiez ENT on our Access Radio.
You're special. I'd do anything for you. I'm always thinking of you. And those sexy things you do. Girl, you know I love you. And you know I'm true. Don't worry about those other women. Cause all I want is you. It's over. things you do. Through all the fussing and the fighting, girl, I'm still in love with you. It's over. It's over. It's over.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live worldwide with
Yeah.
Davon Franklin,
Jose Rivera.
only on Extremities ENT. Great segment by Jamie earlier, speaking about all the herbs and all. So if anybody like, just type in the chat and get more information on Health is Wealth with Jamie. Right now, we're going to get into the weather. Right now in the Bronx, it's 36 degrees, and it's going to be a low of 30. Tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be a high of 39, a low of 27, partly sunny. Friday is going to be windy, a high of 36, a low of 10. And Saturday is going to be a high of 28, a low of 10. Sunday is going to be a high of 28, a low of 10 again, but it's going to be cloudy. Monday is going to be a high of 48, a low of 30, partly sunny. And Tuesday is going to be a high of 50, a low of 28, cloudy. Wednesday is going to be a high of 54, a low of 39, partly sunny. Thursday is going to be a high of 54, a low of 41, partly sunny. And Friday is going to be a high of 50, a low of 39. Rain, 60% chance. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, it is abnormally warm this time of year for February. It's been abnormally warm for the past several weeks. As you've heard the meteorologists all mention that there have been floods and torrential storms going on from the ocean hitting the West Coast. People are unaware how many people lost their homes and lives in California. All right. There was a report of over 35 people in a week from Sacramento all the way down, which is sad. And, our prayers go out to each and every one of those people. And the weird thing is that the meteorologists mentioned that although, it's going to be warm next week, this week, and the upper downstate and upstate, it's going to drop from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because of the wind chill and because of the torrential storms behind this cold front that's happening. It's going to feel like negative 35 degrees. So people like up here where I'm at, Orange County and up north to Suffering and on, and moving up to Syracuse, Albany, and all that, they are going to be feeling it really, really bad. It's going to be really, really tough. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got to do your food shopping, do it. Don't send your kids to school because the meteorologists are saying it's going to be really, really cold. So please, it's going to be that Green Bay, Minnesota type of weather. So just wanted to let you guys know that, be conscious because global warming is real. All right. Now people are taking trips to Antarctica, which was not happening before, but because it's gotten so warm that it's melting all the glaciers. and now boats are able to navigate, which was once iced water. And this cold weather is bringing about a bunch of different colds. People are resistant to the types of injections anymore with inoculations, and they don't know what to take anymore, so they decided to stop. And now they're not getting in trouble for it. So that's your weather, ladies and gentlemen, and some knowledge on to take care of yourself right after Jamie's Health Wealth segment. And we're gonna move right into DAVON Franklin's pick of the week. That's right. He's got a great several artists, and one of them I heard today on NPR, which was D Smoke. I heard him on a song with somebody else, and we'll speak more about that later. But we're gonna go right into DAVON's pick of the week.
Yes, what's going on, everybody? I'm the co-host DAVON Franklin, and yes, the part of the pick of the week process that I'm gonna do is for a while I've been kind of like incapacitated, because of the health situation. So I did a lot of backtracking on a lot of the music that was sent. So I'm kind of like moving forward with some of them some of the joints that I was sent over the course of time that I wasn't able to actually function and do the thing. One of the artists that I want to play is a guy by the name of Babe Bright. Now, when we first started, we had a joint by him. We played a joint by him called Love Zone, and now we got a new record that was sent by the way of Platinum Delivery. And this song is called More Than Friends. And so I guess we're going to get to this record, Babe Bright, here on X-Tremitiez ENT on iAccess Radio. Let's go.
Hey, it's me, Babe. I've been wanting to talk to you about something. I don't know how I really wanted to approach it, because we've been friends for so long. I don't want to make things weird between us, but just hear me out, baby. I wanna know what you feel, girl, when we're together. Do you feel the same about me, how I feel about you? And after all this time, real talk, gotta tell you the truth, girl. I wanna be more than friends. Girl, it seems as though we've been knowing each other a long time. And if I'm being truthful with you, what's crossed my mind? I was afraid that if I told you, girl, you wouldn't believe me. I want the truth to be known, girl. I wanna be more than friends with you, baby. 'Cause being without you drives me crazy. Don't care if the world thinks it's shady. No, I want you to be all mine.
Boy, I can't believe this day has finally come around. You're the only man who's ever held me down. Can you see the love that sparkles from my eyes? I think it's time you realize that I've been in love with you from the first day that we met. Your smile and style is something that I couldn't forget, boy. But if we cross the friendship line, boy, will we regret it for a lifetime? Still, I want you to be mine.
I wanna be more than friends with you, baby. 'Cause being without you drives me crazy. Don't care if the world thinks it's shady. No, I want you to be all mine. I wanna be I wanna be more than friends. 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 Friends with you, baby. Wanna be more than friends, girl. Cause being without you drives me crazy. Being without you, girl. Don't care if the world thinks it's shady. Thinks it's shady, baby. No, I want you to be all mine.
Yeah, nice and smooth. That was on Bay Bright, More Than Friends, on X-Tremitiez ENT, I-Access Radio. The next two songs that we're gonna get into are actually remakes. You know what I'm saying? And you know, last week we did a record by a guy by the name of K-Rob. I believe that song was called Tonight. Today we got a remake by K-Rob from actually a Jasper Isley classic, Caravan of Love. So we're gonna get into that right now on the X-Tremitiez ENT show on I-Access Radio. Let's go.
Are y'all ready to come with me on this ride, on this caravan of love?
Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Hand in hand, we'll take good care of man to the motherland. Yeah. One by one, we're gonna stay with the pride. More than can be denied. Stand up, stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain and valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see there's a better way for us to be. The place where maker was born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, everybody take a step. Join the caravan of love. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace, in a day when everyone is free. We'll free the young and the old. Won't you let your love flow from your heart? Every woman, every man, everybody take a step. Join the caravan of love. It's alright, alright. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know?
Okay. That was the Caravan of Love by K Rob on the Extremities ENT show on iAccess Radio. The next record we're gonna get into is Will Wheaton doing the remake to the Michael Jackson classic "The Lady in My Life" on the Extremities ENT show on iAccess Radio. Let's go.
Stay with me. Stay my lady. The lady in my life.
There'll be no darkness tonight. Lady, our love will shine. Lighting the light. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Now is the time. Oh, girl, you're every wonder in this world to me. Untreasured time won't steal you away. So listen to my heart, lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel alright. And baby, through the years, gonna love you more each day. So I promise you tonight, you will always be the lady in my life. Ooh, baby, lay back in my tenderness. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Oh, I need your sweet caress. Hey, oh, reach out to a fantasy. Two hearts to the beat of ecstasy. Come to me, girl. I will keep you warm through the shadows of the night. Let me touch you with my love. I can make you feel so right. And baby, through the years, even when we're old and gray, I will love you more each day, 'cause you will always be the lady in my life.
Classic record.
Stay with me, oh baby. I want you to stay with me. I need you by my side. Don't you go nowhere. Oh, let me keep you warm. Oh, keep you warm. You are the lady. You're my lady. With the sweetest love. With the sweetest love. Always the lady. Come on, baby, touch you, lay back in my tent. Lay back in my tent and lay. You are the lady. Let me hold you, baby. With your sweet caress. So good. Always the lady. Say, let me touch you, baby, all over. Feel you with the sweetest love. I want you. Always the lady. All over, baby. Yeah. Said I love you like me, but you're sweet. Come on, baby, my sweet lady.
No matter where I go, no matter what I do, my greatest pleasure, yeah, is pleasing you. The more I love you, the more I want you here as my lady, the one and only lady in my life.
Oh, girl, let me keep you warm. You're my lady. You are the lady with the sweetest love. With the sweetest love. Let me hold you, baby. Always the lady. Come on, baby, touch you, baby. Back in my tent.
Yes. Welcome back to the Extremities ENT show on iAccess Radio. That was Will Wheaton, The Lady in My Life. Oh, I want to give a special shout out to DJ All Star who celebrated a birthday over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Sorry I wasn't able to make it to the pre birthday party. I had something that came up at the last minute, but I want to give him a shout out all the same. Also, shout out to DJ Shanks at Midnight who celebrated a birthday as well out there on the West Coast. You know, that's the inspiration for this record right here that we're getting ready to get into right now. This is the artist that he represents and he manages. D Smoke. This was a record that was sent to me sometime in September last year. Like I said, I was recovering, so I wasn't able to get to it. But now we're getting ready to get into this record right now. It's been floating, circulating around for a little while now. It's called El Rey by D Smoke on the X-Tremitiez ENT show on ISS Radio. Let's go.
Sé que tendrás que llorar.
It's the king of Inglewood, niggas. Yeah. Them joints, you'll fall for this. Yeah. Soper. Black is beautiful, brown is born of the earth. Found a love for the people that's down to stomp on the turf. What? Count them out, all the reasons we in the dirt. Till we on top, built pyramids, still could live in the yurt. Humble ways, but it come to the rumble minus the shirt. She see me trying to throw that pee at me, might lift the skirt. Ignoring the ring, but my pinky, this dick is reserved. And she think it's a bitch, but real nigga flipping the bird. My constituents blickers on hip and trigger absurd. Burn the wick on the candle, we handle hardly a girl. Partying in the yard with the ribs and carne. A shot of potato salad, arroz y frijoles might be a jerk, they might. I bet you they might. I promise they might. Oh mamas, they might. Black is beautiful, brown is made en calor. El poder que nos une es puro Dios y amor. Soy humo y te lo juro, el rumbo suyo mejor que el otro. Ser celoso es tonto, no hay valor, no hay dolor, no hay nada menos honor. Pero muchos piensan que Sir es mi hermano mayor. Llegó un año después y cuando tuve 14 años ya estaba mucho más grande. Ay, por favor, bitch, ain't no sequel unless you talking the reincarnation of Malcolm. How come they made us kick down the door? 10 pounds of crack cocaine in your veins and it won't competitive. Dopamine on my dope steady got them begging for more. They might. Oh mamas, they might. I promise they might. I bet you they might. Super good. Hey, tengo un mensaje para todos los latinos, específicamente los mexicanos. Yo quiero decir, feliz día de independencia. From us to us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the X-Tremitiez ENT show on IXS Radio. That was D Smoke El Rey. That concludes my portion of my segment of the hour. And like I said, you know, you got music that you want to send through, you know, send it to us by way of DAYRF13@gmail.com or
RamboBX180@yahoo.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah.
We're going to take a quick, short commercial break. We'll be back at 7:05 and get on this sports. Talk about what's updated, all the new stuff. We'll be back in 2 minutes on X-Tremitiez ENT podcast with DAVON Franklin,
Jose Rivera,
only on Access Radio.
Guess who's crying now? See me at the finish line. No more running round. And I can't figure out why you acting shady, girl. Who I've been with lately, girl. Shouldn't concern you. Girl, we fought it out, worked it out, then we fought it out again. Said it's over now, it's really over now. Said you bring me out, the end. You've been all up on my IG. Watch me leave your message on read. You ain't gotta wait up for me. Hope you comprehend. Out of mind, out of sight. Don't need you in my life. Out of mind, out of sight. Ain't never gotta think twice. Out of mind, out of sight. Not thinking about you. Hope you comprehend. Girl, it's over. Hey. Out of mind, out of sight. Don't need you in my life. Out of mind, out of sight. Ain't never gotta think twice. Out of mind, out of sight. Not thinking about you. Hope you comprehend. Girl, it's over. Hey.
Even though I'm sober now, baby girl, it's still over. I'm sorry I had to let you down, but I can't do this no more. You need closure, little something to hold you. If I pass by, you won't pull over. Act just like I don't know you. You know the reason I had to leave. Something you always need. Can't take it from me. Yeah, you know that I can't be what you want me to be. I'd rather you just leave. Girl, don't wait up for me.
Out of mind, out of sight. Don't need you in my life. Out of mind, out of sight. Ain't never gotta think twice. Out of mind, out of sight. Not thinking about you. Hope you comprehend. Girl, it's over. Hey. Out of mind, out of sight. Don't need you in my life. Out of mind, out of sight. Ain't never gotta think twice. Out of mind, out of sight. Not thinking about you. Hope you comprehend. Girl, it's over. Hey. Not thinking about you.
As
Hope you comprehend.
we are today with that track right there on my mind. We are live here worldwide on 365 Live, Roku TV, Fire Stick, Apple TV. You could catch us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, anything that has the capability of any type of communication, audio, visual. You'll catch Davon Franklin.
Jose Rivera.
Only on iAccessRadio.com. That's right. So we're going to go right into sports. As everybody knows, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Well, this is the first time that one mother has the privilege of having both of her sons playing on the opposing team. The only thing is that they'll never really get to face each other because one is an offensive lineman and the other one is a receiver, a tight end. Yeah. So Kelsey is a tight end, and for the Kansas City Chiefs, and his other brother, Jason, is on the Eagles as offensive lineman. But nevertheless, the mother's torn between the two and knows that every time it comes to the table around the holidays, they're going to be talking. However, both have won a Super Bowl. When the Eagles won in 2018, Jason won with the Eagles, and Travis won with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2022. So, you know, both of them are doing really, really well in that aspect. So shout out to the Kelsey brothers and for making it to the Super Bowl. And aside from that, everybody knows the great news that happened. It's the end of a phenomenal era, but you know, Brady announced his retirement. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide announcement. In case you didn't find out yet, Tom Brady is now officially retired. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He got tired of it. He said he didn't want to do it anymore, and he's going to get paid a boku amount of money when it comes to him being an analyst. That's right. You'll be seeing Tom Brady out there probably taking Tony Romo's job or somebody's job out there on Fox 5 or Channel 2 CBS. And of course, he's also producing a film with 80s for Brady. That's right. It's 4 ladies that actually are actually going to cheer on Tom Brady and his career. And he actually has a love crush on one of them. And these four ladies are, famous and have Oscars besides one. But she's looking to win one. But go out and check out 80s for Brady. It's a great film. It's a comedy. Next, we got LeBron. LeBron is amongst the top 10 players in history to achieve at least 20 triple doubles in a year. All right. So this guy is on fire and continues to just do things that people are wondering what else could he do at this age. He's impressive. He's doing things that people half his age can't do in the NBA. People are saying that they can't anticipate when his son Bronny makes it, so that he can actually be playing with his son and do something that's worthwhile and give people, the fans, something that's worth with their money. What do you think about that? I think LeBron wants to try to win a ring with his son. He could be the first to do that.
I think LeBron wants to ensure the fact that his son gets into the league. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Wherever his son is drafted at, I don't. It doesn't guarantee that the team that he's drafted to is going to be in a position to win the championship, anyways. I think the idea in the sell is actually you to get me over there. You know what I'm saying? You have to take him. If you take him, I'll be over there with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I dig it. I fuck with it. If you're able to pull it off, pull it off. Shit,
The Knick.
What happened?
What if his son becomes a Knick? That means LeBron will become a Knick?
Well,
would that happen? Would the people of New York City be able to see LeBron James and Bronny team up for the New York Knickerbockers and bring home a ring?
It'd be a circus. It'll sell a lot of tickets. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know if that's going to guarantee you, you know what I'm saying, any kind of significant, ring, depending on what the team's built. Because my projection that the team won't even be in position to get him anyway. You know what I'm saying? By the time he's ready to come into the league, right now it's looking like their projection is upward. You know what I'm saying? So they probably won't even be in the position to get him, depending on how he turns out. So we'll see. I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think the shit would be cool. To be honest with you, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be dope if you could actually pull that off.
His counterpart Brady is finally calling it quits and saying he's done for sure. But I hear him getting paid like somewhat in the seven figures just to be an analyst.
Yeah, I believe him. I believe he's gone.
Figures.
Well, I mean, hey.
Plus all the endorsements, which will push him to like in the hundreds of millions. Plus the stuff that he's doing with film.
Yeah, he'll be damn near a billionaire. So yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be good. Rock on.
He doesn't need for.
No, he good. Yeah, I don't think anybody's career could have turned out better. So hey, rock on. Do what you do.
Exactly.
Right.
He had a life. He had a beautiful wife who still says she has love for him in light of his retirement. And he gets to be as young as he wants. He golfs with Trump. And He gets
he gets to finally, I think he finally got it out of his system. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was out of his system. You know what I'm saying? Last year, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and sometimes, you still feel you could go. It's like, nah, I want to go out on my own terms. So, it's like, nah, I still feel like I can do. But to actually go through the process of the preparation and, the taking of the hits and what, you don't even know that you're gonna, and you don't really need to, what more do you really need to accomplish and achieve? You know what I'm saying, in the league? I mean, it'll take a long time for somebody to come along and do what he's done for that particular sport. Yeah, it's going to be a long time. So,
service. Cheers to did something phenomenal. All right, we'll take a commercial break. Be back about 7:25. Al just show play some great music. Oh, we got a couple of videos I wanted to show everybody right quick. So Al, right quick, before anything, we could show the first, second, and third. This happened at my great grand niece's baptism. Ladies and gentlemen, this is on behalf of Puerto Rican Flags Up, David Aviles, who came through and provided the 360 photo booth, and everyone enjoyed it, and it was actually making the party what it is. So the first one you're gonna see is me doing some stuff, having fun, and then you see me with my buju, and then you're gonna see me with my family. So Al, if you can display that right quick. Shout out to Puerto Rican Flags Up. It's me right there, David Aviles, and the suit right there. I was the bartender, and I was also like my nephew says if I didn't come through, it would have been a bland party, but it was bad love there. Then the next one is me and my buju there. And you see, we're just there having fun. The 360 goes backwards.
Yeah.
It out, he goes to your party, he turns it up. And the last one here, I have the privilege of doing it with my mom, my brother, and sister. So this is cancer survivor and heart transplant, and you see me bugging out right there, making faces. It's my brother there looking like Mohicans. All right, so on getting the 360 photo right there at your party. Just hit up Puerto Rican Flags Up, David Aviles. They come through, and the prices are negotiable. I had it for a great time, and everybody at the party was just going up in there. Senior citizens, children, everybody just going there having fun, and you get it right in the mail, right in your text, and you see all the surprises you. All right, so we're gonna take a commercial break and come back at 7:25, and we're gonna take phone calls and talk about stuff that's going around the world and anybody that wants to promote themselves. Only on the X-Tremitiez podcast on our Access Radio with DAVON Franklin,
Jose Rivera.
We'll see you soon.
Yo, what up, Dave? How you doing, man? It's Potato Head, people. Yeah, sorry about the wait on the beat. I guess we were smoking too much weed.
I'm offline, but I'm on course. Lawn mowing through the grass with the condors. Imitation isn't good for the art form. That's why I got sucker ass rappers on my dartboard. Used to be on tours with the encores. Off time did graffiti with the hardcores. No matter what, love is still the regimen. Thug to get you Benjamins, drugs to get you sentences. That's why my messages plug into the sentences. I'm trying to spread knowledge. I'm down to play the nemesis. I face my problems, I don't Facebook them. Letting go of my fears, I guess fate took them. Heights and views, the mics I choose. Why would people say they sold for some likes and views? Thoughts deeper than the ocean in the Mariana. I get deeper than the soldiers of the terracotta. Disconnected, I smash modems and travel more. My news feed see more bull than a matador. Just don't pay attention, no mind and zero mentions. Whatever happened to artists who in their own dimensions? I think I'm going offline. No offense, but if I cancel accounts, I'll spend time with the people that count. I think I'm going offline. Social media is a waste of time. Rather be present in the moment when I make it mine. Call a friend instead of text a brother. He said he tried to hard to back, but then we miss each other. Only get to see some family at rare occasions. So when we do, it's a cause for a celebration. Music is medication, my form of meditation. We use art and dance to reach an elevation. Yo, I've been hella patient, waiting, accelerating, hurry up and slow down. Another revelation. If you bring the truth in, then rap is revolution. But if you ain't saying shit, well then it's just pollution. I got a good solution, seeing through all illusions. Think of my own decisions and make my own conclusions. So if you following it, feel kinda hollow, fam. Pretty soon we'll probably only hang out as holograms. Everything you have can leave in an instant, man. Life's a lot bigger than our pictures up on Instagram. I think I'm going offline. No offense, but if I cancel accounts, I'll spend time with the people that count. I think I'm going offline. Social media is a waste of time. Rather be present in the moment when I make it mine.
It's your girl Musa, you know. Gotta learn. And that L, sing you up to a beat, blessing. Remember when I was frontin', like I was on something. I always had to be right when I really didn't know nothing. I always steady running, always steady coming, running from the truth. What's the use? It's really been on my mind, you really been on my mind. I told myself 1,000 times the detriment is only mine. I ain't gon' point one finger when there's three pointing back at you. What I am, right? Say, baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say, baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. When you go, man, you gotta stop fighting resistance. It's not in your concern how the blessings being given. Wake up, wake up, wake up, look at your decisions. Turn on your lights, now do your shadow work. So baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Baby, don't you know, stop listening to so-and-so. Adding on advice to you when that advice ain't factual. Follow your heart, let you determine your being by simply being a creator and invest in your dreams. Now say less, don't ever try to impress. When you a hoe, impress. You gotta understand your love and happiness resides inside of you. So what you wanna do? You wanna swing around and throw it though or walk straight through? Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test.
Sometimes you gotta be broken to build yourself back up stronger, piece by piece, to appreciate the healing. So the next time you're looking for love, you know where to find it.
Late in the night and I'm faded. Say that you're not gonna make it. That's 2 times in a row for you. Feel some curving, it's overdue. Lately you're testing my patience. Baby, I think you must be mistaken. I could find me somebody new, but they won't compare the truth. Girl, you got me cocky and sloppy. You get underneath my skin, and it drives me to no end. Look it, I ain't worried, cause they're not me, just a copy. But if you're searching for more, I'll tell you what you already know. Say, baby, if you're looking for love, dress on over, lady, you're bound to find it. Can't keep holding on to what was. You gotta be willing to trust in something if you're really looking for love. Dress on over, lady, you know it's right here. It'll come when you open up. Till then, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. You know the number. We'll keep in touch. It's too late, it's your way, no way. Drop dead, gorgeous, cold case. You get what you want from them names. Trust me, we're not in the same race. You're worth a good chasing. I thought about it, I put it on the line, but you run around it. You say you needed space, so I bought a rocket. Been back in the same place, cause you got me cocky, but sloppy. You get underneath my skin, and it drives me to no end. Look it, I ain't worried, cause they're not me, just a copy. But if you're searching for more, I'll tell you what you already know. Say, baby, if you're looking for love, dress on over, lady, you're bound to find it. Can't keep holding on to what. You gotta be willing to trust in something if you're really looking for love. Dress on over, lady, you know it's right here. It'll come when you open up. Till then, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. You know the number. We'll keep in touch.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. X-Tremitiez ENT on our Access Radio. Davon Franklin.
Jose Rivera.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We now will be taking phone calls. That's right. Put the number on the screen, Big Al, so everybody can see the number that they could call in. That's right. It's 347-708-0216. 347-708-0216. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You've been wanting to call in and give your shout outs and all. Let us know what's been going on with you. 347-708-0216. That's right. Davon Franklin.
Yes, sir.
Let the people know a little bit about what do you see with the NBA right now? What changes do you see, if any?
As far as what, trades?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I keep hearing Zach LaVine's name circulating. You know what I'm saying? They say he's supposed to be coming up, you know, as eligible for trade. So I'm hearing his name, as well as a few others. I heard Miles Davis. You know, the Lakers just made a trade recently for Rua Hachimura.
Huh?
Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, you know, saying no disrespect intended. You know, but yeah, they made a move that way. So I don't know. I hear as far as the Knicks is concerned that Cam Reddish's name is circulating. I hope they don't. You know what I'm saying? That if it's not a necessary move, it doesn't need to be made. You know what I'm saying? So even if whatever. I don't understand why you can't find a place to put them on rotation. Them, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think he's a good ball player. He should get more minutes, but what I'm saying, his name's been circulating, saying as far because he's kind of like buried in the. And I guess for his sake, that actually get him out there on the squad that's going to actually play him. You know what I'm saying? Because I wish we play him a little more, but
Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You want to call in, give your shout outs, give your point of view, your opinions. Call in right now. 347-708-0216. 347-708-0216. The phone lines are open. People, if you're calling and it sounds busy, it's because it's multiple. Call in right now. I'm getting texts. People are trying to call in. 347-708-0216. 347-708-0216. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could call in and give your shout outs. Let everybody know what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to promote. What are the advantages, DAVON, for sending their music and promoting with us? Let them know.
Yeah, you get, we post your music. As you can see, we've been playing some of the same videos for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely, push your music, you know what I'm saying? And we got it on various platforms, various outlets that you can actually check us out on. So, you get worldwide exposure. You know what I'm saying? We got people from different areas around the world that actually tune in and check us out. So, definitely a benefit. You know what I'm saying? We're also gonna get ready to get back into doing shows as well. You know what I'm saying? We do fundraisers as well. So, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a great networking opportunity, you know what I'm saying, especially for a lot of starters and independent artists that's up and coming and is looking trying to get their feet in the door and actually get a little bit of exposure, get your get a launch point, get your start, get yourself moving.
Yes.
What happened?
Could you read that, Davon? What Gatekeeper wrote?
Oh, he's saying the Bulls better. He said the Bulls better not. As far, I guess he's talking about Zach LaVine. It's like I don't understand that idea, that trade neither. You know what I'm saying? Not with the guys that they have, but we'll see. Because actually they talking, from what I was hearing, it was either or both him and DeMar DeRozan are available. You know what I'm saying, for trade if they decide that they want to go that direction. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it, but those are the names that are circulating as well. So.
Okay.
Shout out to the Gatekeeper for that link right there. So, yeah.
I mean, if we spoke about, I think about a month or two ago, and people keep overlooking the Celtics, and I tell people, Celtics always go up and down, but they always go down fighting towards the end. And I think this time around they may have something that may be promising. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That for me, that's still up in the air because I want to, like I said, I don't want to say anything. I just, that's up in the air. Last year was a different situation due to the fact of, the coaching. So, we'll see. What I'm saying, it's the same squad. You know what I'm saying, and the assistant is the head coach. So they'll write it. You know what I'm saying, they'll be steady. But right now is the time that the actual teams that's really going to contend. That's when they really start showing that they're going to contend. You know what I'm saying? this is the crunch time period of the season where you really starting to make that run. You know what I'm saying? You stumbling to get to the playoffs, you're usually dead out of that motherfucker in the first round. You know what I'm saying? The guys that kind of catch fire, catch hot, you know what I'm saying, like 3-4 weeks before the season starts to close, those usually be the teams that actually are in line to compete for the title. So, you know, we'll see how that goes.
Gatekeeper says, as a Bull fan, I reject the bad news.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Shout out to my nephew, Michael Figueroa, driving right now from Wappinger Falls, Newburgh area down to New Jersey. He's listening to the show. He says that it's pretty damn dope. He loves the app. He's doing it on the app on his phone. He's watching and listening. Shout out to my other nephew, YP Young Phoenix. He's got a EP coming out. He's been trying to call in, but he's been having some issues. So the phone lines are open. If you're trying to call in, 347-708-0216. The phone lines are not being called in, 347-708-0216. We're here promoting everybody, doing great things, you know, showing love to everybody that wants to promote their businesses or their music and all that. And that's what we do. Everybody knows that X-Tremitiez ENT provides platforms for everyone. There's a few events coming up. We got a non-violence event coming in. Oh, we got a caller. All right, caller, you live.
What it is, the gatekeeper.
Who is that?
It's the gatekeeper.
Hey, what's going on, Chief? How you do?
Listen, Davon. I'm gonna need you to take that back, man. You know, she called me. We going through some things right now. And you can't be giving about two best players. I'm gonna need you to do some more research. We're gonna have to take that back. We're gonna have to apologize for it.
Hey, I love to take it back. You know what I'm saying? They should be a very, very good squad, but you know, that was the name that I kept hearing, you know what I'm saying, and as far as the little trade rumor, you know, grapevine. So we'll see.
DeRozan and Levine. What are you trying to do? I mean, you know, I know y'all mad at us for the Jordan and Pippen era, but we gotta stop this, Davon. I couldn't even call in, man. Jose, you gotta make them research better than this, man. This ain't right, man. You know, I'm trying to make it through the week, man.
I know that's right.
I mean, I'm still stuck on the John Stark dunk, so you know, I'm out of this conversation. You know,
you ain't out of this. You trying to get LeBron to the Knicks. I see what's going on here. A lot of stuff going on here. I don't really like this afternoon. I just want to give y'all a shout out. Extremities, ENT, y'all make it happen, man. Jose and Davon, man, I salute y'all. All the support y'all give me and all these other independent artists, man. May y'all continue to do y'all thing, man. I just want to say thank y'all for everything y'all do. If y'all independent artists ain't getting with Extremities, y'all don't know what y'all missing. I'm going to say peace.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
You can catch our brother Gatekeeper along with Wiz every Saturday behind enemy lines. That's right. And other shows as well where they're doing it up and they taking stuff worldwide. They talk on different topics and issues that are real. Sir. And they do stuff for the community as well. So salute to you, my brother. You already
very
know.
Good show. Very good shows. Definitely. Shout out Wiz too. He sent the shout out earlier as well. So shout out Wiz as well. Like, what's up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a good call we got there. You already know.
Sure.
That was a good call we got there. You know, shout out to our brother that we air his music every week. And we'll be showing love. You know, shout out to Bomb Show on the Streets is doing great things in Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to our peoples down in Texas and in Arizona. And
shout out Tony Brooks.
You already know that's our intro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, shout out to our people in Florida, Colombia, and Argentina, Peru. Our man Usman out in India. People out in Canada, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, people that always tune in every week to show us love. We appreciate you. Thank you for always sending love and support via WhatsApp or through Messenger. and letting us know that that you love our topics and everything that we talk about, and how we make your evenings even better and make you think. Someone told me, when I listen to you guys, you actually make me think outside the box. I actually don't listen to news, and then when I listen to y'all, I do the research, and thank you for telling me that, because I don't hear half the stuff that you guys are, because the news only promotes only violence and stuff, but you guys actually give us information, resources. So that's what we try to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not really trying to compete with the news, because a lot of articles, well, most of the articles we get from the news just pick out certain pieces that you try to highlight that's not so gloomy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you pay attention to the news, you swear up and down that it's crazier than what it actually is. But you actually go outside, man. For the most part, it's kind of peaceful and certain. You still have to do your due diligence to still watch yourself and still move. With a purpose and like I say, stay alert, stay alive. You know what I'm saying? So you still gotta do that. But for the most part, you be all right. We've seen worse out in these parts. Trust and believe, man. So it can get worse, which is why they're implementing the things that are implementing. You know what I'm saying? So also shout out to the NYPD. Seeing their presence all over the platforms and subways. What happened?
Bomb on the street says salute 347-708-0216. That's right. What Davon says. Shout out to everybody, especially the people that put their lives on the line, right?
Yeah, man. Their presence was. I was like, oh shit. I thought there was an incident that happened. As many cops that they had on the platforms a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay. All right, so they, they're taking action at least to make the subway riders feel safe. So, shout out to them.
We spoke about that too. How the initiative is to make more police take from above ground and put them below ground, in an effort to combat those individuals who suffer from mental illness, and then find a place for them up in the above ground. But we all know that people are suffering. And we could only meet them where they at, because people aren't forced to do anything the way the laws and legislation are in place now.
Yeah, but me, as much as I can give you the praise when you do right, I can also call a spade a spade. So we cannot avoid the elephant in the room, which we haven't got to yet. Memphis. The fuck is going on down there?
Yeah.
What's really going on down there, man? Really?
I mean,
can't avoid the elephant in the room with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you have the flow with that first one, guys.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And then we could talk about it, on our wrap up. Because it's a sad situation, and what caused it, and the final outcome of it. It's just sad.
I saw photographs of the young man, and it bothered me so much because I didn't watch the video. I couldn't. I didn't want to see that shit at all. For real. Especially when he started talking about how he was begging for his mom and all that shit. Nah, there's no way that a traffic stop should have ever ended like that. But I'm even more interested in why the white officers that was involved was neither fired nor was they even exposed when they went out there and initially told the story. You know what I'm saying? Like the individual that like the one, it said the officer was not at the scene where they beat him up, but he's the one who tased the guy and inspired the guy to run. That's like me punching you in the face and you running down the street and my homeboys catch you at the end and beat you to death. I'm still responsible because I set it off by punching you in the face. You know what I'm saying? So even though I wasn't at the scene where they stomped you out at, I'm still responsible because I punched you in your face. I initiated the initial attack. Y'all just gangland stopped, caught me around the corner as I was trying to break free. So I'm not really understanding what's going on with with the system down there, you know. So, but we'll find out.
So, the latest report is that the officer's ex-wife, who is his child, the father of her child, she was dating the victim, and he found out. He was jealous. He got the
story. They said the father dispelled that story though.
Supposedly, but that's the story that's still going around right now. And they
I'll be honest with you, it makes sense because the way they did him, it looked more personal than anything else.
So he involved those 4 other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
He should have just handled that on a man-to-man basis by himself.
He shouldn't have handled. He shouldn't have handled that. He shouldn't have handled that at all. If your girl is out there doing dirt or whatever have you not, you leave the damn girl alone. Let her go do what she do. You keep.
Oh, they weren't together. They weren't together. She's just his baby mother. So
if that's the case, you want some sucky shit.
While they were beating him, he took a picture of him and texted to her while they were beating him.
And then you on some coward time shit.
Yeah.
Well, he gets a chance, you know. Hopefully he gets to play tough in the penitentiary with the rest of the thugs, since he wanted to be that.
That the other 3 guys were decorated for some type.
Hey, what they did to that dude was gangland assault. You know what I'm saying? There's been gang ass whoopings that did not leave a guy looking like that. How they left that guy. Come on. So nah, come on, man.
So
that's why I'm like, you know,
the thing is
that looked a little.
I hate when I saw this post, but they was like, yo, where's all the protests and rallies now? I was like, yo, that's some low bullshit to say. And what I heard Steve and Michael Irvin speak, you know, they spoke from the heart. And you know, they were saying it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a blue thing.
Yeah.
It's
obvious. Nah. People want to be quiet because no. And I'm like, I hope they don't think they getting away with that shit because they black. No. The fact that you're black makes the shit even worse because you should fucking know better. You know what I'm saying? And we're not, you know what I'm saying? You should fucking know better, like for real, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, nah.
And then what the chief, what she said was what cemented their fate. The moment that she was called on the radio and was told what was going on, she already had it planted in her mind. They're doing what? Or they're done. While they're doing it. So they probably
it was reported, I believe today, that somebody else came forward and said one of the guys, you know, did him like that.
What do you mean?
One of the guys charged in the murder of Tyree, you know what I'm saying, assaulted this kid that came forward. Like he did it to him like maybe I think it was 2 years ago, a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? He came forward and said he had a similar interaction. Of course, I don't think it went down the way it went down with that young man, but you know, it was a situation where he did, you know, kind of like handle him, you know, inappropriately, you know what I'm saying, and very aggressively. So, you know, we'll see how that report, how the reports come out, you know, so because the way that happened and how comfortable they were doing that, you could rest assured that's not the first time.
Caller, you live.
Yeah. It's good. It's big wrong.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
All the way from Baltimore.
Hey, what's going on with you, man? Mom, sure.
Yeah. What's going on, yo?
Oh, man, what's going on? You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I almost missed it, man. I was sitting here watching it.
Oh, man, you feeling what happened with Dallas? That's what happened, right? I know. Just like Giants is feeling the same way. I know.
Yeah. Listen, y'all took that left turn first. Y'all took that left turn first, bro. You know what I mean? What it is, what it is. At the end of the day, they all pros, man.
Yes, sir. So listen, now that we got you on the line, you listening to what we're speaking about, what happened in Memphis. Would you like to give your little point of view on what you think of the situation?
Man, of course. Man, listen. That was a crazy situation. Yes, I don't know if the story is true about him messing with the ex-wife and all that, but even besides that, it's like your police, you took an oath to protect, and your beat received the death. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's handcuffed, he's tased, and all types of stuff. So anything that happens to them is disturbing, bro. Like, it's sad that because it was black police that they got arrested quick, they got charged quick, because had it been white police, they would be on death duty right now and trying to figure it out. In this case, they didn't have to figure it out, automatically charged. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's messed up to me. But they deserve what they get, bro. They deserve what they get, man. They beat this dude for nothing. They killed him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. They deserve some shit, bro.
Gatekeeper said on the chat, groups got to stand up this black and black crime.
I'm gonna keep it honest with you, man. This seems to be an issue, with policing as well. I ran across a video where you had 3 white cops mishandling a white guy, beating the holy hell out of him, slamming his head to the ground, and you had the chicks. See, that's one of the beautiful curses with the new modern age of technology and video and camera phones and shit like that, because they was giving him the treatment, and so much that the girls had to get out the car and actually yell at them about what it was that they were doing, and they told them to shut the hell up, and until they realized that they had a phone videotaping them, then they start to ease up and chill out on the dude. It's sad.
Not to cut you off, but they just feel they got that bag, they can do what they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Like you said, white on white, black on black, yellow on yellow, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy when you join this police force. It's an oath that you take to protect your church everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they take it like they're above the law, and they're above everybody else. So if you're not a police officer, you can whip your ass. You know what I mean? And get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for that, let's go back to the Wild Wild West. Everybody got 6 shoot on their head. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, you don't want to be pulled over by the police. You don't know what's going on.
And see,
it's just crazy, bro.
It is, and see, one would actually argue that it's the environment itself that would actually lead them to do that. But the problem with that is that when that aggression starts to take on to individuals that are not, you know what I'm saying, not everybody in the hood are, what you would deem criminals. You know what I'm saying? So, it's but they dismantled their Scorpion unit, so apparently there was more complaints going on pertaining to their unit for them to dismantle it that damn quickly.
So think of training day. Think with Training Day. Remember Training Day when they met at the best friend's house? That type of unit these guys were.
Yeah.
These guys were the type of unit.
Yeah.
Murder for hire. That's what they are. Murder for hire.
Wow.
You know, and the sad thing is that this is what happens not just in Memphis, but happens all across the country. These are the secret groups and societies that end up making the communities worse instead of empowering, because policing is about community coming together. I took this course in Monroe College, and shout out to Professor Young, who's tuned in on IG, and he's giving some feedback and saying that, you know, put the spotlight down on it's a way to put the spotlight down on Black folks, and you know how it is, you know, a crime, and you know the differences, and you know the labels, the nomenclature. But you know, thank you for calling them Big Rome and giving your feedback on that, and always being a big supporter of X-Tremitiez Entertainment. We're about to close out, and just want to say shout out to everybody who's tuned in every week to our show. Just like my brother who's tuned in from Baltimore, we love you, we appreciate you, and if I learned something more today than I did yesterday, it wasn't a day wasted a life. Davon?
Yes, sir. Live, love life, and take care of each other. All right. Peace.
Have a great show and take care, my brother.
Lights, camera, action. Spin on squares, Michael Jackson. She know my body, that's attraction. Sit back and watch me step on the scene, and I'm putting in work. Getting my bag, I'm just watching me work. Play with the gang, you can put on a shirt, and you can't be the king if you don't put in work. Ain't no love in this game. She don't want you, she chasing the fame. She ain't loyal, she chasing the rain. Let me do my thing, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Where I come from, they only respecting the violence. My city show love cause I'm locked in. This is trench talk, calling dial in. Homie, get lost on that island. It's an ISO like mellow shot. So good, get a fellow drop. Fist in your mouth like a jello shot. Call the ops, spot the Tech 9 in the passenger of a yellow drop. Praise God, cause you can meet the if you act hard with a couple shots. This is not a threat, I promise. You could be a plate tectonic. That boy, there's a whole lot of gangs. And I don't throw it up, I vomit. Energy. Bad, she love my celebrity. Can't trust how she move for a telfar. So that thinking is love for me, dead to me. I'm in the birth like a gym star. Putting in work, that's my pedigree. Fake love when they see that you've been far. In disguise cause it's envy and jealousy. Lights, camera, action. Spin on squares, Michael Jackson. She know my body, that's attraction. Sit back and watch me step on the scene, and I'm putting in work. Getting my bag, I'm just watching me work. Play with the gang, you can put on a shirt, and you can't be the king if you don't put in work. Ain't no love in this game. She don't want you, she chasing the fame. She ain't loyal, she chasing the rain. Let me do my thing, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. I hate when it start talking facts. I can tell when it ain't about you. Nah, chatting on wax like a street. Okay, but he only really did house. Yeah, flow cold like it's in a freezer. What? Talking about a pole in ounces. Be tough for it if you want. I'ma kick it with your bro, have a leaking like a fountain. Fam, get mad if you want to. Okay, or you can get just like me. Respect when the king starts sniping. I do the right thing like Spike Lee. Just do it. Nike. I'm just a dog with the spikies. To me, it's a night on the town. Lower bag and you calling a wifey. Energy. Send me more wet and some Hennessy. Hit the strip and I move like a brink truck. Putting in work, it's a 10 to 3. Trying to stop me will not work. Head tap like I'm aiming for Kennedy. First 48 out the window, like a case of mistaken identity. Lights, camera, action. Spin on squares, Michael Jackson. She know my body, that's attraction. Sit back and watch me step on the scene, and I'm putting in work. Getting my bag, I'm just watching me work. Play with the gang, you can put on a shirt, and you can't be the king if you don't put in work. Ain't no love in this game. She don't want you, she chasing the fame. She ain't loyal, she chasing the rain. Let me do my thing, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work, watch me work.